Imagine this. One day, you wake up and the sun is rising in the west. You think it's just a weird dream, until you step outside. The birds are flying backward, the wind is blowing the other way, and the ocean tides are doing things they've never done before. What's going on? Simple. The Earth has started spinning backwards. The rotation of the planet has reversed, and everything we thought we knew about our daily rhythm, the environment, and the planet itself is suddenly up for grabs. But what exactly would happen if Earth started spinning in the opposite direction? Could our planet survive this dramatic shift, or would the consequences be catastrophic? Let's break it down and explore what would happen if our world's spin reversed. Earth spins on its axis at a speed of about 1,670 kilometers per hour, 1,040 miles per hour, at the equator. This rotation is responsible for the day-night cycle, the shape of the planet, slightly flattened at the poles, and plays a major role in the weather patterns we experience. But if Earth's rotation reversed, if we suddenly started spinning in the opposite direction, everything we take for granted could change. The sunrise and sunset would happen on opposite sides of the world, the wind currents and ocean currents would shift, and the Earth's atmosphere could even change in strange and unexpected ways. So, how would it all play out? Let's look at the major consequences and what might happen if Earth started spinning backwards. The first thing you'd notice when Earth started spinning backward is the reversal of the sun's path across the sky. On a normal day, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west because of Earth's rotation from west to east. But if Earth started spinning the opposite way, the sun would rise in the west and set in the east. This would be completely disorienting for people who live their entire lives with one simple fact: the sun always moves from east to west. Imagine how unsettling it would be to wake up and watch the sun rise from the wrong side, and how confusing it might be for animals and plants that rely on the rhythm of day and night. Additionally, the length of a day might change. The Earth's rotation, which is slowing ever so slightly over time due to tidal forces from the moon, dictates the length of a day. Reversing Earth's spin might distort this balance, either slightly shortening or lengthening our days depending on how the planet's core and atmosphere adjust. Earth's rotation plays a huge role in the movement of winds and the ocean currents. The Coriolis effect is what drives the rotation of winds and currents around the planet. It's the reason why winds in the northern hemisphere generally move in a clockwise direction, while in the southern hemisphere, they move counterclockwise. If Earth started spinning in reverse, the Coriolis effect would flip, and the directions of wind and ocean currents would change dramatically. Winds that usually blow from the west to the east, like the jet stream, would start blowing in the opposite direction, and storms that typically move in one direction might begin to travel in completely new paths. Ocean currents would also reverse, potentially having devastating impacts on global climate systems. The Gulf Stream, which currently warms Europe, could weaken or be redirected, causing significant cooling in parts of Europe and possibly triggering ice age-like conditions. This could also result in extreme weather patterns as tropical storms, hurricanes, and cyclones might start spinning the other way and even change their intensity. The global climate could shift drastically, affecting ecosystems and agriculture. The reversal of ocean currents might even disrupt the carbon cycle, leading to changes in atmospheric CO2 levels and potential effects on global temperatures. Tides are driven by the gravitational pull of the moon on Earth's oceans. Normally, as the Earth rotates, the moon's pull creates a bulge in the ocean, leading to high and low tides. The rotation of the Earth interacts with this bulge, causing two high tides each day. If Earth started spinning the other way, tidal patterns would change. The bulges caused by the moon's gravity would move in the opposite direction. Tidal waves might come in from the east instead of the west, and areas that were once coastal might find themselves on the other side of the tide cycle. In addition, the moon itself could be affected by the shift in Earth's rotation. Over long periods of time, the Moon's gravitational interaction with Earth gradually slows the planet's rotation, and the Moon moves further away. Reversing Earth's spin could potentially alter the dynamics between the two, potentially affecting how the Moon orbits or even influencing the future of the Earth-Moon system. While the Earth's rotation plays a huge role in weather and tides, the sheer force of reversing the spin would create some serious physical consequences. First, the momentum of Earth's mass is enormous, and reversing its spin would require an immense amount of energy. This could trigger earthquakes, volcanic activity, and massive shifts in tectonic plates as the crust and mantle adjust to the sudden change. You'd also notice changes in the atmosphere. The wind patterns would shift, and the balance of pressure systems that we're accustomed to would be disturbed. The jet streams, which are a key part of global weather systems, would move in the opposite direction, potentially leading to extreme shifts in weather patterns and changes in precipitation. The fact that Earth's rotation is gradually slowing, and the tidal forces are pushing the oceans and atmosphere slightly outward, would make this entire process even more catastrophic. We might see a series of natural disasters unfold, earthquakes shaking continents, volcanic eruptions spewing ash into the air, and tsunamis slamming coastlines. If Earth reversed its spin, the long-term consequences on life would be vast. Many animals and plants have evolved to follow specific rhythms tied to the Earth's spin. The direction of migration for birds, fish, and mammals could be thrown into disarray. Animals that rely on the magnetic field for navigation would likely be confused by the reversal, possibly leading to disrupted migration patterns. On a larger scale, the entire biosphere would be impacted. If the climate were to change significantly, either warming or cooling, many ecosystems could collapse, affecting agriculture, forests, and oceans. Food production might become inconsistent, and some species might struggle to adapt to the new climate patterns. Human life would face serious challenges too. Much of our infrastructure is built around predictable weather patterns, ocean currents, and stable conditions. A sudden shift in these factors could cause mass migration and potentially even conflicts over resources. Could Earth survive this shift? Could Earth survive the reversal of its spin? It's hard to say, but it's highly likely that the planet itself would remain intact. Earth's core would still function in much the same way, maintaining its magnetic field. However, the environmental and societal changes would be catastrophic. It's important to remember that Earth's rotation plays a critical role in maintaining balance in our natural systems. Reversing this spin would lead to a cascade of events, many of which might be unpredictable. The force required to change Earth's rotation would throw the entire planet into chaos. While life might eventually find new rhythms, the immediate aftermath would be incredibly harsh. Some species would go extinct, others might adapt, and humans would have to adapt to an Earth that no longer operates the way it once did. The idea of Earth reversing its spin is one of those scenarios that, while physically possible in theory, remains nearly impossible in practice. But if it were to happen, the consequences would be nothing short of apocalyptic. From the disorienting reversal of the sun's path to the global shifts in weather, tides, and ecosystems, life on Earth would change in ways we can't even fully imagine. The real question is, could we survive such a dramatic shift in the planet's rotation? Would we adapt to a new world where nothing works the way it used to? Would we rebuild our societies, or would we struggle to hold on to what we once had? It's a fascinating thought experiment, and it makes you appreciate the delicate balance of forces that keep our world running smoothly. For now, we can rest easy knowing that Earth's spin is secure, but it's fun to think about the what-ifs of a world where everything we know is suddenly flipped upside down. So, what do you think? How would you cope if Earth started spinning backward? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more mind-bending what-ifs of our universe.